isn't trendy, it's eternal, positioning Israel doctrine as timeless and unshakable. I don't follow the crowd, I follow the covenant. Separates the movement from popular culture. The streets talk, I correct them. Asserts authority and credibility in debates. Israel doctrine, where facts cut deeper than feelings. Appeals to logic over emotion. If it's not scripture, it's just opinion. Keeps focus on the Bible as the foundation. I'm not here to be liked, I'm here to be right. Bold, confident tone that builds respect. This isn't religion, this is restoration. Shifts the brand from dogma to revival of truth.
Peace everyone, how you doing? Welcome to the show. And today, the show title is When Doctrine Gets Tested. The Forge, which is the name of my debate league. Jesus and his opposition. No running from the question. It speaks on the dialogue of the discussion I'm going to have today. So, without further ado, let's get the audio so we can deal with the discussion. I have audio, pre-recorded audio, but it's still the audio I would have played live. So we're going to get that up for y'all right quick. We're going to get that up for you all. I'm getting it now. I'm going to play it and I'm going to stop it and do all the dialogue as if it was live, but it's pre-recorded dialogue.
Iron sharpens iron.
Iron sharpens iron. I don't think that's the dialogue I want, but it is what it is. No, I'm not even going to deal with that. Let's just deal with the PowerPoint or the doc that I have to deal with. Let's pull that up. It's going to take the majority of the show anyway. This is a podcast, people. So this is part one of this podcast. We will be doing this daily until we finish the topic that we're dealing with. So let's get the doc up so we can deal with it. This is something I have been studying for this dialogue, for this conversation. It's my mindset. It's something that I've been thinking about since 96, truly. Because I've been arguing and debating the Word of God since 96, since I picked it up. I picked it up to argue and debate it. So Jesus and his opposition. Let me stop reading and let the computer read. People, I forget. I try to read sometimes. Don't claim to be able to read, though.
Jesus and his opponents, are we at liberty to change Jesus's? Matthew 22:23-33 St. Michael's Church, March 18th, 2018.
Now, this happened at St. Michael Church in March the 18th, 2018. This was a very shocking document when I was reading this stuff. I mean, it speaks to everything I've been going through since 96. Like I said, I've been debating the Word of God since I picked it up. I went to my family, and the ones that dealt with Bible act like they didn't want to talk the Bible. And I was like, y'all been trying to talk Bible to me all my life. Now that I done picked up the Bible and I'm ready to talk about it, y'all act like y'all don't want to talk to me. Oh, we got a problem. It's a big problem finna happen if y'all don't talk to me about this Bible. I went to my auntie, I went to my mother and father, I went to my sisters and brothers, I went to friends, I went to whoever I knew personally. Man, we gotta talk this Bible. We don't talk this Bible, it's finna be a problem. Then I eventually went to the world, right? So, let's pick it up while I have it highlighted.
There is something really shocking about this passage I just read as the gospel. Jesus is engaged in an all-out debate with the Sadducees.
Jesus is engaged in a debate. But Paul is right that we shouldn't debate. People always say it because they don't want to debate their lies. They don't want to debate the lies that they done told, perpetuated, did it. They have excuses. Their number one excuse is the Bible said don't debate the Bible. What the passage is? I'm going to debate them. You got to show me the passage. So the passage will tell me, shut up, don't debate this Bible. Now, I'm a reasonable person. When the Lord said reprove, do you know what reprove means? We're going to deal with what reprove means. Because if you reprove something, the word reprove has a definition, an etymology that lets you know what reprove is all about. It's disagreement on the highest level. If you reprove somebody of doing wrong or something you think is wrong, man, you have no idea. If you ain't never studied it, you don't have no idea what he's talking about. So I'm advocating debate, arguing, fighting everything. The Bible advocates it more than I. And I advocate what the Bible advocates. But let's keep going.
Sadducees about whether there is a general resurrection of the dead, and he makes some stunning accusations about them right to their faces.
So, you know, I come from the Israel of God. I left the Israel of God, went to the house of Jacob. Left the house of Jacob, went to the COI Chicago. Shout out to my elders. Elder Bowie, because he ain't Brother Bowie to me anymore. He's Elder Bowie. He's still my elder, though. And I respect him for being my elder. Elder Danny and Elder Marlon Ewing. And I don't call them by them names because them the names that I know them by. I know Bowie by Bowie. He used to be Brother Bowie, not Elder Bowie. He ain't Brother Bowie to me no more, though, because I ain't no brother with no Hebrew Israelite. Here, Hebrew Israelite, we can't be brothers until we sit down and argue and fight and get this thing out the way and get a clear understanding of what you mean and what you say when you say you're a Hebrew Israelite. He's still my elder, though. Then my elder, he used to be Brother Danny, but he's Elder Danny. I don't think we done lost brotherhood, but we ain't talked in a long time. And then my elder, Marlon Ewing. And I call them names because, like I said, them the names that I knew them by. And that's how they was introduced to me.
But we'll get to that in a minute. First, I want to confess a little secret. When I was a young man, I never wanted to engage in debate.
Now, he never wanted to engage in debate. Now, he just told us Jesus was always engaged because the scribes and the Pharisees and the people always came to him asking them questions. And the question that he put on the table was resurrection. That's why I mentioned my elders, because Elder Bowie, he's basically a scribe or a Pharisee, based off the fact that he believed what the scribes and the Pharisees believed. Because resurrection ain't just a physical resurrection. The Nation of Islam, as I told y'all the other day, that the mentally dead got to awaken from their mental death. And the church is mentally dead. That's why they tell you we shouldn't debate, and the Bible say this and the Bible say that, because they know you mentally dead too. So they can sell you that. So let's go on our little trip together again.
I avoided joining debating clubs or engaging in the usual high school debating societies. It was not that I didn't like public speaking. I love that. But debate was something else.
Debate is something else because people didn't told you debate is something else. You don't have your own private thoughts on it. But see me, I'm an Aries people. I have my own private thoughts on everything. You can't tell me what debate is. You can't tell me not to do it. Because I'm an Aries. I have my own mind and I look into my own soul to see what it is I will deal with and I won't deal with. And debate is something I ain't never told myself I wanted to deal with. Because, like I said, I was changed as a young man. I walked around the corner and somebody punched me in my mouth. It taught me that I got to fight. And debating is fighting to me. So, hey, my resolve is to fight. Always. I didn't have to learn that fighting don't always solve the problem, though. But this that I'm doing right here, right now, is a reason that I have the resolve that I have. And when I say resolve, that's the all out and whatever I have to do by any means necessary to get to where I need to go. That's what resolve means to me.
It required that one think on one's feet. There were verbal salvos and riposts. There were implied insults of the other side's intellect. There was scoring, and often you had to defend positions that you didn't believe in just because your team had been assigned that topic.
Now, see, that's scholarly debate in the classroom and all of that. You might not even believe what you arguing, but you learn skills defending that you might not even agree with. You got to learn the art of arguing. It's an art to it. You got to find weak spots and attack them. You got to find the weak spots in the individuals and attack them. You got to find the weak spots in yourself and learn how to defend them. Debating is an art, people. If you're an artist, you should be able to debate great. I believe I'm one of the greatest artists there ever is, ever was. I believe, see, I ain't got to say I'm the greatest debater. I'm the greatest artist there is. If you ask me, I can paint a picture and I can paint it well because I'm intelligent enough to know the art of painting. But once again, I'm an Aries, and everybody that's seen, we got 3 modes: calm, highly argumentative, and then there's something else I can't even explain it. Even though I'd have been through it numerous of times, I can't even explain it to you. I know it when it comes. And stop pushing that button, brother. You about to unleash something in me that I don't even recognize or understand or comprehend. Please stop.
The whole thing seemed to me a game, a tough, quick, verbal tournament. I wasn't cut out for that, but I kind of envied those who were. Looking back, I wish I had done it more.
See, when you get into it, you like, I ain't never been no shooter, but now I'm in a shooting contest. I wish I would have learned how to shoot more and this and that. Never fight with your past, people. The things you went through was to prepare you for the things you about to go through. You heard what I told you. I walked outside, somebody punched me in the mouth and taught me I was going to have to fight. An argument ain't nothing but a fight to me. I've been prepared to fight all my life, ever since I got punched in the mouth. I've been plotting, scheming, and doing everything I had to do since that day to this one to fight this world. Walking, talking to people this morning, I said, I've been thinking about today's fight. I woke up to fight. That's why I tell y'all, I lace my boots up every morning, prepared to fight. I made that thumbnail that's on this channel before I even stepped out this morning. Because I wake up early and do my job and do what I got to do and prepare myself for today's fight. So, let's keep going and listen to this brother's story when I tell my little story and stuff. And I'm going to calm down and let y'all hear this brother's story because it was enlightening to me.
But then in my mid-20s, I was ordained into the Episcopal Church and began to realize that a host of controversial issues were coming down the pike. They all required sharp, thoughtful responses: prayer book revision, women's ordination, the peace movement, the civil rights movement, gay rights, same-sex marriage, and so on. I wanted nothing of it. I'll just stay out of church politics, I said to myself. I'm going to reach young people, then eventually lead a parish, then recruit and train future clergy, and maybe write a book or two. The larger issues of church controversy were not mine to tackle. But a couple of things changed that. First, I was shamed into involvement. I looked around and asked myself,
He said he was shamed. That means peer pressure. Your peers will pressure you to deal with something you don't want to deal with. He went under peer pressure. He was shamed into doing what he is doing now.
who's going to step up to the plate, if not me? Who's going to stick their necks out, if not me? Who has the background to lean into some of these issues? The exposure? The gifts? The opportunity? The answer I came up with was me.
So, y'all heard the song the other day, somebody gotta be there when he gets bloody. Somebody gotta be there when it get bloody. Yeah, it's a effed up job, but somebody gotta do it. Throw your hand up and volunteer to do it. That's what I do. I ain't finna run from it. Because I was punched in the mouth as a little boy and taught that you gonna have to fight. So, why am I running from any fight? I was prepared for this a long time ago. My brother left Park, Arkansas in '89. The '90s was all me. All me. I had to deal with this little small town of Park, Arkansas in the '90s all by myself.
Then, while I was living in Manhattan, something happened that shook the world. Kitty Genovese. You remember her, don't you? A young bar manager of Italian heritage, Kitty was assaulted by a man in the alley of her Queens, New York apartment. He stabbed her, and she screamed. Lights flashed on in apartments all around the alley. Some windows shut up. One neighbor cried out, "Let her alone." Kitty screamed again for help. The attacker went away and then came back twice. He raped her and finally murdered her. The whole thing took about a half hour. At his trial, he said he had no motive. He was just a woman killer.
Just a woman killer. But nobody prevented him from killing her. Though he stabbed her and she screamed. People turned the blind eye. I got a buddy he watched Don't Look Up. Whatever that movie is and whatever that movie taught him or whatever he learned from that movie, don't look up. And when we talk about that movie. And you know what I told him, the honest God truth. Especially since I had a stroke. When I walk, I look down. I don't never look up. I don't never look up. Because I looked up all my life. He watched the news. I used to watch the news when my mother was alive. My mother passed. I don't even watch news now. I'm a different person since my mother done died. I'm a different person since I done had a stroke. But I ain't never forgot who and what I was. Because who and what I was prepared me for what I'm doing today.
36 of Kitty's neighbors heard her cries and did nothing. The whole bloody incident became an illustration of the perils of not getting involved. I couldn't get this incident out of my mind. The story of all those witnesses who did nothing is now taught in every introduction to psychology textbook.
Psychology. I've been studying psychology. Psychology, people, it tells you something about people. That's what my friend learned when he watched Look Up. It's about psychology. And other people's out here studying psychology. The picture that I love putting up, Machiavelli and all that, he dealt with it. Everybody deal with it. If you don't deal with this world, there are people out there studying psychology and learning how to manipulate you. How to deal with your NLPs and all that stuff. It's masters at that stuff. And you ain't got no idea about it, you're going to fall victim to it.
In the United States and Britain, as well as in many other countries, and it's been made popularly known through TV programs, books and songs. The shame of not getting involved. I had to face these issues. I'd grown up an Episcopalian, gone to an Episcopal boarding school, was acquainted with Episcopal chaplains at college, attended 2 Episcopal seminaries, and eventually was ordained an Episcopal priest and was one for 53 years. Who, if not me, should speak up? I was shamed into involvement.
Shame into involvement. I didn't mention the term peer pressure. Now, people, like I said, this is a podcast. I don't want to go over 30 minutes. We're currently at 20 minutes and 35 seconds. So I'm going to start working down my closeout. So I have a video that I would like to play because I mentioned a couple times that I'm an Aries. So I'm going to play this and I'm going to be out.
15 reasons why God made Aries. Super different from the other zodiac signs. Number 1. God gave Aries the fire to start what others only dream about. They're the spark that wakes the world up. Number 2. They were born with fearlessness in their blood. Aries doesn't wait for permission. They move. Number 3. Their passion can raise the dead. When Aries believes in something, they breathe life into it. Number 4. God made their anger holy. It's not rage, it's justice. They fight for what's right, even if they stand alone. Number 5. They were given a heart that loves at full speed, no half measures. Number 6. Aries' energy is contagious. They walk into a room and suddenly everyone feels alive. Number 7. They can take a fall and get up like nothing happened. That resilience is divine. Number 8. God made them impatient on purpose, so they'd never stay stuck where they don't belong. Number 9. They were given the power to protect the people they love with claws out and head high. Number 10. Aries doesn't fake anything. Their honesty can burn, but it's pure. Number 11. God made them competitive, not to crush others, but to push everyone higher. Number 12. They inspire courage in people who forgot they had any. Number 13. They were given childlike wonder, so they'd never stop chasing what excites them. Number 14. Aries doesn't just survive, they conquer. That's not human, that's divine fire. Number 15. God made them warriors in a world full of quitters, leaders in a world full of followers. If you're a proud Aries,
If you're a proud Aries, you're proud to hear that. Remember, people, it's a new millennium. It's the start of a new world. I'm an Aries. I'm the start of new stuff. I'm a trailblazer. And I'm going to blaze my trail with or without anyone standing next to me. With that said, y'all enjoy the show. We're not even going to go over 25 minutes. I'm out. Leave your comments under the show. And we'll pick it up tomorrow where we left off today. Same bat time, same bat channel. 10 o'clock tomorrow. Peace.